Give me my Rudolph fire, baby, right now.
He's a real number one. He's a star.
Commanders family, we have a special holiday show for you today. Now, we got the win in NOLA, which means we are breaking down the biggest plays from the game out in the Superdome. Then we turn our attention to this Sunday's matchup against our NFC East rivals, the Philadelphia Eagles. We talk on why this game has big playoff implications. And then Fred and London Fletcher get us in the holiday spirit the only way they know how. All that and more starts right now on Command Center.
Getting number 9 on the road was hard today, all right? And it's funny, man, you talk about something in a week, and then when it comes into the game, like, it's just crazy how it happens, all right? Whether it's ball, body, boundary, all the shit that we do, today was about our time. All right, didn't all clean, but our time. Our time! And when you have to go longer, harder, all the way to 0-0 on the clock, that's who we are, all right? Some bad motherfuckers, and it always ain't easy, but you can go back at it again. You go back at it again. So you guys are toughest. All right, go tougher, longer, harder. That's what it's all about, man. So it will take all of us, all right? Many guys stepped into new spots, new stuff today to go. That's what we're made of. That's why we got a big and deep crew to do that. But we've been waiting to welcome this guy to the Brotherhood for a minute, all right? And why don't we say 23, all right?
Welcome into Command Center. Brian Cobra Jr. here with Santana Moss, Fred Smoot, and Logan Paulson. And fellas, a win is a win. It wasn't pretty, but we got the dub over in the Superdome. How are y'all feeling with just 3 games left in the season?
I mean, I feel great. It don't matter how you finish, as long as you get it done.
Yeah.
And I think we was in an adverse situation, and we came out with a W on the road, man. So I feel great just knowing that, hey, we got out of there. We kind of dodged one. Let's refocus and get ourselves together for these last 3.
At this time of the year, December going into January, this is how wins are going to look.
Yeah.
People say this is an ugly win. No, I say it's a character win. They say it's a win that they don't like. I say it's a win that we deserve.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, when the points at the end of the game come in our favor, we won the game, and it took all 3 sides of the ball, offense, defense, and special team to get out of there. We will benefit from this win moving forward into January.
Yeah, absolutely. And just like Dennis said, there's a ton of adversity. It's a road trip. There's a lot of injuries. There's a lot of penalties. There's weird time stuff at the end. And you found a way to get it done. And that's the most important thing, right? It's getting that W, because no one goes back and says, oh, that's the one you got.
No style point.
It's all they care about when you're making the playoffs. So I think that's fantastic. And I thought you saw a lot of maturity, defensive evolution, guys playing a little bit better. Offense, they had to win it a different way, couldn't run the ball as well. Jayden looked great. So lots of really positive things to take away from the game.
And Fred, we got your boy out on that field. Marshawn Lattimore, happy for you to see him out there playing, bro.
It was so good to see him out there playing. Plus, it was in his old house, so I know that meant something to him. And the fact that he had as many throw attempts as me, and I didn't even play in the game, that says a lot about who he is and his character. Just to see him out there smiling, having fun. And who I really feel good for, besides the team, is Coach Wick. It allows him to call the defense the way he wants to and stop taking it and start to dictate terms when it come to teams.
And we're talking about Lattimore, so let's take a look at his numbers. Now, defensive back numbers are a little different. You're not usually happy to see zeros on stat line. These zeros look really, really good, don't they, Fred?
Yes, it does. It means 0 targets, 0 completion, 0 yards. Did I play? I don't know.
His performance was part of a big night for a lot of our guys, so let's get right into some highlights. It's time for Top 5, presented by UA Local 5 Plumbers, protecting the health of the nation's capital since 1890. And fellas, we can't start nowhere, but at the end right here, this is how we secured the W and got this stop on this 2-point conversion.
Dude, what a play, man. This is such a hard coverage responsibility.
It is.
Way to be sticky, though. Way to be sticky.
And way to use the sideline to your advantage as a cornerback. Squeeze this guy right here. And I don't know, Logan, tell me why offenses love to run this play right here. Tell them why.
Did I not tell y'all? That's the guy that you got to watch. And I'm glad I was a rookie throwing the ball, because a veteran quarterback would have said, I'm throwing to this guy back here because he's the most open guy.
And you know we don't get to this position without some amazing plays. So let's go back a little bit and look at some of these plays. This one is Jaden Daniels getting swift with their feet, boy.
Oh my gosh, dude. He
24-yard run here.
He had so many plays like this in the game. Just
Watch how you finish it, though.
Heisman level plays, Heisman MVP, Rookie of the Year type stuff in this game. There was a lot of moments.
And he just glide. It never does he look like I'm giving you all 100 of my speed. I'm just gliding through here. And this is what everybody wants to see. Can he slide? Yes, he can.
And one thing about our rookies, all of our rookies, they don't look like rookies, especially Mike Sanders still, when he gets his second career interception right here in Tanner. He told us he knew exactly what was coming.
So one of the things that I talked about earlier that while we were watching the game, I'm like, bro, we cannot have a linebacker on Kamara. We need a corner. Plays later, we got Kamara out there and Sanders still stepped down there, and that's the play he made the pick. He said that when he saw, he said, you gonna put a running back out here with me?
Yeah.
I got you.
It's kind of disrespectful, but we got to realize Kamara is one of those the running backs that actually is a receiver because that one-hand catch that he made was unbelievable.
And on post-game live, he mentioned that one-hand catch where he said, he's like, listen, I know what he can do out here, but he was ready for the challenge when he saw Kamara out there. He said, hey, you can't put me on a running back. I'm going to make plays. And somebody that always makes plays is 1-7. That boy, Terry McLaurin. He didn't get one touchdown. He got two of them things. Here is his second touchdown of the game. Tanner, bro. I mean, just the hands are crazy.
They don't call him Scary Terry for nothing. Man. You know why they call him Scary Terry? Because every defensive back is scared when they see 1-7 out there in front of him. Man, the man just come up with the ball. He just finds a way to catch it. It's not pretty. It's not the way they say you shall. He just comes down with it. And that's what I love about it.
And Tanner, when we were watching this, you actually pointed out how Jayden went through his progressions on here, took his time, had the poise, and made a great play. Logan, I know you love stuff like that.
Bing.
I love it because watch how it manipulates the hook player, right? Everybody pushes over, and then the throw, man. The throw is in that tight window. Ball velocity was great, man. He looks healthy to me, and that's really exciting.
And it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't just one touchdown. It was two. This was the first one he got connecting with Jaden Daniels.
What are we talking about?
This was special.
Why are we, that's how you're going to intro that? This is maybe the play of the year. Holy cow. What are we talking about?
Very Randall Cunningham-esque right here. And guess what he's telling right here? Give me a nun like the un that I just had right there to the same guy right there. You got to love this. And listen to me. They won't get Terry top 5 in anything. He's the number 1 receiver in the NFL when it comes to contested balls. With a defensive back, nobody does it better.
Should I say any more?
You shouldn't say anymore. That is a perfect segue because we need to look at this man, Terry McLaurin's impressive season so far. Let's take a look at those numbers. Time for your winning numbers presented by the Maryland Lottery. Please play responsibly. Now, 1-7 is having himself a season, fellas. 68 receptions on 92 targets. He's almost at 1,000 receiving yards again, and then 11 touchdowns. Fellas, this is all with the new offensive coordinator. This is all with the new head coach. This is all with the rookie quarterback. Terry McLaurin keeps getting it done. And you know what? He deserves his flowers and he deserves his loves. And Super Bowl champion Brian Mitchell on Command Center Postgame Live made sure to give Terry McLaurin his flowers. Let's check it out.
Everybody out there that would question whether he was a real number 1 or not.
Yeah.
And we always said the dude was putting up 1,000 with quarterbacks that were journeymen.
Yeah, you didn't even know that.
He got a real quarterback now. He's at 11 touchdowns, people. He's like, I think, number 3 in the league when it comes to yards receiving. He's a real number 1. He's a star. All of us Commanders fans, let's stop trying to say what somebody. We don't throw the ball to him 20 times a game, 50 times a game to pad his stats. We throw it to him in the rhythm of an offense, and that dude puts up numbers like that. Give him his respect, and let's start understanding. Just because you weren't drafted in the first round don't mean you're not great. He was in the 3rd round. They thought he was going to be a special teams guy, and he became the best receiver on this squad, and he keeps doing it. Give him his love, and let's stop hating and try to act like we got to have somebody else. We got a real star right there in number 17. My dog.
Fellas, you heard the OG B-Mitch say it. Terry deserves these flowers. Give him some love right now.
Man, you know, I get it. I mean, I was in the barbershop the other day, and the guy was sitting there telling me what else we need as a receiver. And trust me, he doesn't look like this team's receiver. He doesn't catch like this team receiver. He doesn't run routes like this team receiver. But all he does is produce. And I'm going to take production over style any day. So, man, that's my guy. 1-7, I trust.
Yes, sir.
And so what I would say to those people is like, what is a number 1 receiver? They win in
Who is he?
They win in man-to-man coverage. He does that. They win in big-time situations, 3rd down, red zone. He's got 11 touchdowns this year. What else are you looking for from your number 1 receiver? He's a crutch for your quarterback. He can find those opportunities. This year, Terry has done all of those things. So to me, there's not even like a debate.
Well, go ahead, Logan. The reason they not saying he's a number one receiver, because he don't cry like the babies do. Right? He don't come out and he don't be a diva like them. He don't come out and try to change his clothes and look different than everybody else. He don't even got the crazy, celebration day. So maybe he don't celebrate enough, Logan.
Maybe he has to celebrate more than he's a number one.
No, he's more like Santana Moss. He likes to go out there, get the job done, doesn't care how he looks, how people think about him, and guess what? He actually run block too. So he might not be your number one, but he's ours.
And all of those things y'all said combined, on top of the leader that he is, when he's able to do in this locker room, the things he's been through, the things he's endured, and he's still here playing even better and having what I think, fellas, is a Pro Bowl type season. What y'all saying? Well, you know what? You guys can help guarantee he makes his way into the Pro Bowl by getting those votes in. You can vote on commanders.com/Pro Bowl or go on X and tweet out the player's name with hashtag Pro Bowl vote. Now our guys get another chance to show their Pro Bowl potential against the Philadelphia Eagles, and you won't want to miss it. It's time for your Can't Miss Moment, presented by FanDuel. Make every moment more with FanDuel, an official partner of the Washington Commanders. Now, your Can't Miss Moment is happening this Sunday afternoon at Northwest Stadium as the Eagles fly into Washington for our second divisional matchup of the season. The Eagles have been rolling this season. They've clinched a spot in the playoffs and are fighting for the top overall seed in the NFC. Meanwhile, the Commanders are sitting at 9 wins and looking to get into the postseason for the first time since the 2020 season. The last time we squared off against the Eagles, they got the best of us on Thursday Night Football, but head coach Dan Quinn is looking forward to round 2 on Sunday.
You go back and watch it for sure, Chick. You have to. And you want to point out the things that you liked. And then, when you think about a game like this, when you're in any division game, what do you need to stop doing? What do you need to start doing? And what do you want to do the same? And so things, whether it might have been a scheme or a technique, hey, that's something we're not going to do. This is something we're going to add. And these other things, stay in that. So what do you want to stop doing? What do you need to start doing? And what do you want to do the same? Each division game, both sides. There's some new things that neither team has shown. So that will happen. It's not like a rinse and repeat. Here's the game plan. You dust it off and put it up in front of everyone. All teams are changing and things are different and matchups are there. So that's what's kind of part of the fun of the playing the second time.
They're a very good team, rightfully so. They play hard, they play physical, they play the right way, and if we want to win football games and win the close ones, win the big games, you got to play against some good teams, and Philly's just on the clock. So hopefully we go out there and compete against them again. I mean, no matter who we play, who they play, everything starts up front. They got good football players over there. We got good football players here. So it's more so about the will and the want to up front between everybody and just the whole team. Want to go out there, who wants it more, and a more disciplined team with the more want to, prevail in this game.
That was your head coach and your starting quarterback. Now let's look at these Week 16 numbers and how we stack up. The Eagles' numbers are looking really good as they sit atop the NFC East. But as we always say, fellas, any given Sunday, anything can happen. Time for Securing the W, presented by Hercules Fits. Security in every job. Fellas, what do we need to do to secure the win against the Eagles this Sunday?
Got to be sound and stout. I think every 3 faces got to be, on their cues, on their keys, making sure that they're doing their job.
Yeah.
I mean, it starts with the cafeteria woman. It starts with the janitors.
Yeah.
We need everybody to hold their weight this week.
And we need a home field advantage. All right, this one of those things that helped them secure the win while we was up there in Philadelphia. The crowd noise changes the game. And at the end of the day, let's not let them in our house. They don't let us come to the link. Let's not let them in our house. And also, we need all 3 phases, offense, defense, special teams, to show up and show out.
Yeah, and this is going to be redundant because I agree with everything you guys said. Like, they need to play complementary football. The offense needs to support the defense. They need to possess the football. I think when you look at the last matchup, you say, man, the defense played really well for 3.5 quarters. The offense couldn't quite find a rhythm. Can they get that done? Because again, the defense just got wore down late in that game. The offense needs to really support them. And again, special teams is going to be a big part of that as well.
And Logan, when you look at the Eagles and how dangerous they are, you look at that run game. Saquon Barkley, 146 yards the last time we played him. How do we slow him down? Much like we were able to slow Alvin Kamara and the Saints rushing attack.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to watch because I do think they don't do anything that's overly complicated. They really rely on just being bigger, stronger, and faster than you in the front, right? They've got one of the best offensive lines in football, and obviously Saquon Barkley is extremely physically gifted, right? So they just kind of lean on you, push on you, and then as you get tired, he breaks off explosive runs in the second half of that game. So that's where, again, the best defense is a good offense in this case, right? Because you need to keep that group as fresh as possible. Because I think when you watch them in the first match, you're like, man, they came and they were going toe to toe with that group.
Yeah.
But you can't do it when you're going against 350-pound guys the whole game.
Yep, and you was right about that at the end of the day. For 3.5 quarters, they went blow for blow with the bully. All right, so what stopped and what separated us at the end of the game? Just not being able to finish. And that's the key to this game. You got to finish every play. You got to finish every quarter. And you got to understand, this is a team that doesn't have a lot of weaknesses, but one of their weaknesses is something in that locker room is going on.
Yeah, we don't sound like a broken record because, I mean, we all feel the same way. Offensively, I feel like we didn't stand up to the challenge. Defense was in there like, man, come on, fellas, do something for us. And then it just got to the point to where the defense got overpowered and outwhelmed.
And I think that's a great point because that defense for Philly is really good. They're really good in the back end specifically, right? They play light boxes. They kind of sell the farm to make sure they can cover you up. And it's really hard for the quarterback to identify coverage because everything looks the same when the snap starts. So what are the tells? What are the wrinkles this week to kind of help Jayden, help the offense find ways to stay on the field? And I think one of the things you said, Tanner, which I think is so important, it's literally every person on the roster this week. It's all 53. It's the practice squad guys. It's the coaches. When you're playing the best team in football, it's a full team effort.
And last time, fellas, we didn't have Lattimore. Last time we played the Eagles, we did not have Lattimore. Now we see a Fred. You're really excited about Lattimore, how he can affect not only the passing game, but the rushing game as well.
I would say everybody think cornerback, it's going to be all about the back end. No, he affects the box. He allowed you to bring a safety down like Chin into the box, Quan Morton into the box. We asked how we going to stop Saquon Barkley. We almost stopped him the first time with playing light boxes. Now we get to bring this guy down in the box and you don't have to worry about people going over top. Now, we can talk about A.J. Brown all we want to. Devontae Smith has the capability to beat you also. So Mikey Sanders-Steele and the rest of the cornerbacks, they're going to have to stand up and play and be willing to play man-to-man coverage. Now, that's the thing that comes with putting a safety in the box. Usually you're playing man-to-man coverage and then you can be exposed.
And Tanner, we talked about Terry a little bit earlier in the show, but we've noticed watching these games, they're getting him involved early, and that's something we've been asking for. How important is it to get Terry involved early against the Eagles?
I think it's very important this week because we know what happened last week. You know, after that game was over last week and Terry didn't have those attempts or have those catches, the first thing they did, the rookie locked him up and he did this. And Logan is one of the guys that breaks down film better than all of us. And he showed, he said, man, these guys were switching off. You know, every time he went past someone else picked him up. I think it's going to be vital for us to go out there and say, okay, this is what y'all did last time. Now do it again this time. Get Terry involved. I don't care if it's a slip screen. I don't care if it's a quick slant, a now route. I don't care if it's a reverse. Let him touch that ball early and often. I think he's been our spark plug these last few weeks. Getting him going, it makes our offense run a little different.
Been the catalyst.
Yeah, and I do think also with Noah Brown out and potentially Zach Ertz out, Austin Eckler out, finding more ways to get him involved. Everyone says, they're going to be aware. I don't care, man. He's the best player on the team. You got to find ways. Again, is he in the slot? Is he out wide? Is he on the reverse? You need to find offensive production. And I think last week against New Orleans, you saw what that could look like. Him lining up almost 50-50 in terms of right and left. Let's get him as many opportunities as we can to touch the football.
And that's funny. I'm sitting here with the Cowboy killer right now. Terry seems to be the Philly killer. His game against Philadelphia and big play Slay, who is kind of limping into this game, he usually saves his best for Philly. So I'm excited to see that.
And Logan, we've talked endlessly about the progression that we've seen each and every week from Jaden Daniels. What step do you want to see him take forward this Sunday against the Eagles?
Well, it's funny because when you talk about how well he's played this year and how good he's done, he to me against New Orleans probably played maybe the best game of the season. And we can talk about it, but I'd really like to show you. And I'm a film guy, so let's go check that film out real quick because I got to show you.
And while y'all are checking out that film, I am going to give y'all the game day details. We kick off at Sunday at 1 p.m. at Northwest Stadium. We are at the Crib. It'll be on Fox and then, of course, on the radio, Big 100 featuring Bram Weinstein, London Fletcher, and the legend Logan Paulson. And, of course, your favorite pregame show, Command Center Game Day Live with me, Brian Mitchell, and Santana Moss kicks off at noon. And then, of course, post-game live immediately after the game.
And, guys, we're going to talk a little bit about Jaden Daniels. And he's just been so impressive. And obviously there's plays like this, the play where he throws a touchdown to Terry. We're going to scramble out. We're going to fall down. I mean, really just one of the most tremendous plays you'll see from the year. Kind of reminds you of Lamar Jackson, Randall Cunningham, his ability to evade. Look at his eyes. They're downfield the entire time, just looking for receivers. Love that kind of awareness. This is a special play, right? There's not a lot of X's and O's here. And this is the one people remember, right? Or you get the 3rd and 1 here. We're running like a little boot pass here, roll. defensive end's crashing down, unblocked. That's how the play is designed. And he reads it out. And then this is special. This is the type of stuff that makes him special, his ability to evade and elevate the offense and get the first down, stay on the field. That's special. But the thing that makes me maybe the most excited, the most kind of saying, man, he's kind of hitting that next step, is what he's doing in terms of playing the position with his eyes. And this is an interesting one here because we got this drop back. We're going to run a little hitch up the top here. Just nothing crazy, but it's the stuff that he does in between. He catches the ball, he checks the blitzer, right? First vision cone goes to the blitzer, right? He realizes it's man-to-man coverage, just ensuring he's got B-Rob. Then he's going to check the safety, just the ability to do both those things at the same time, and then reset my feet and deliver an absolute rocket, trusting that the receiver's going to get open. This is big-time, high-level football stuff, right? The ability to kind of check multiple different things in your drop, understanding the weakness of the defense and how to manipulate them with your eyes and your body language. Big-time, high-level quarterback stuff, which is so fun to see, especially for a young player. So then we go here. And again, this play design is awesome. We get a short motion here up top. We're going to run like big cross here. So we're going to get center coming across here. This guy's looping back out. But again, watch his eyes. This is a great play design because we're not going to challenge the quarterback to kind of work, but the read, his vision, his eyes are going to help manipulate the coverage. See, he's looking over here. Watch this player push to this direction. By doing that, you ensure Terry has a one-on-one over here on the other side of the field. Right? And then the thing that really jumped out to me was he feels like he's healthy. His arm talent, the ability to get behind this throw and deliver an absolute strike with great velocity into a very tight window. There's not a lot of space here to make this throw, but great job by him. And again, the eyes, the position, the awareness, the feet, taking him where he needs to go. Those are the things that are really cool. And this is maybe one of the coolest opportunities I saw in this game because this is something I talked about with Matt Ryan, other quarterbacks I played with. You're in cover 2 here, right? You got a flat player down here at the bottom. This guy's going to be your flat player here, right? This guy, flat player. Flat player right here. There we go. Third time's the charm, flat player. So in certain defenses, he can kind of feather off and get under this corner route by Terry. But Jayden, you can tell, he beelines his eyes. He holds this guy here. Really looks at Ben Sinnott, right? Stares him down, watches this guy attaches. See how the defender moves up and attaches to the tight end? He's ensuring a throwing window when he does that. And then again, look at this ball velocity, right? There's not a lot of arc here. It's a really nice flat throw. He's putting a lot of RPMs on that thing, getting the ball where it needs to go. Great job, again, manipulating the defense, understanding the coverage A and how to get the ball where it needs to go. That's big time stuff, especially going in this Philadelphia game where there are so many different coverage structures. You got to understand what the defense is presenting. And then one of the things people talked about with him is, hey, how do you throw the football over the middle of the field into tight windows? And this is another great opportunity. Watch the hat. Watch his hat here. Watch how he's doing this. Look how he checks Demario Davis. The second Demario Davis pushes out, he understands that they're matching this spot concept over here, right? They're going to get a hitch in here. He is going to push through to that concept. So now, by checking that, he understands that there's a one-on-one coverage here with OZ, right? OZ's going to kind of run a little seam here. And great job by number 0 here playing this hook, but the ball placement is excellent, anticipating, understanding where your receiver's going. Look at that. No one else can get that. That is big-time football stuff. So again, the big plays, the individual effort, the scramble, the throw to Terry, the 4th and 1 where he's jumping over the pile, all that stuff is awesome. But he is playing the quarterback position, at least in this New Orleans game, at a very, very high level. Using his eyes, using his feet, using his arm talent to get the ball where he needs to go. And I think this could be the difference. If he can play like this versus Philly, this will be the difference in a win and loss versus the Philadelphia Eagles.
This game has big playoff implications. So let's take a look around the NFC and see where the teams stack. You see the Lions are at number 1, first in the NFC North. Then the Eagles, first in the NFC East at 12-2. Be huge to get a win over them. And then the Vikings, Buccaneers, Rams, Packers, and us fill out that top 7 in the NFC playoff picture. Now it's time for Best Seat in the House, presented by SeatGeek. The most disruptive idea in ticketing, a ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
'Twas a night before Christmas for fans in D.C. who were hoping for 10 wins for the first time since our QB was RG3. The schedule was carefully crafted and released back in May. When I told all these jokers we'd get to 11 wins, but they didn't listen to what Big Fletch had to say. This year we drafted Jaden Daniels with the 2nd overall pick. And for the first time in years,
Go ahead and take QB off our Christmas list, say Nick. This season feels magical. There's something special in the air. Oh, you don't believe? Perhaps you forgot that Hail Mary win over the Bears. So let's all band together. Let's lift our glasses and raise hell for DQ. The players are all in. So what about you? Now Santa Fletch has to go because somewhere the tone must be set. You can catch me again on the Players Club this weekend, so don't fret.
Put Big Fletch on the camera. Put his face on the camera. I told her the camera loves me.
But let me leave you with this as we prepare for the next fight. Merry Christmas to all Commanders fans, and to all a good night.
Shout out Big Santa Fletch for getting us in the holiday spirit. And shout out to our producers, particularly Maddie Benton, for decorating this beautiful desk. It's feeling very, very festive. And nobody feels more festive than Smoothie Claus.
You know.
Brother, I know you're fired up about the holidays.
I am.
Take it away.
Give me my Rudolph fire, baby. Right now. You see how I roll them hands up like that? Just like that. One, we know what Christmas is about. It's simple. It's about family, friends, and then sitting down and enjoying eggnog. Do you even drink eggnog? Because I don't. Like, dude, it's about watching these kids and the smile on their face. Because, we fathers, so we get nothing. Nothing. Socks. Like, that's what goes on. It's all about the desserts when it comes to Christmas. I go to that dessert table, you know what I'm talking about? I'm looking for all them cakes, them cookies, all of it. Oh, you know what it's about? It's about that good old spread. It's about that fried turkey, that dressing, not stuffing. Fried turkey, stuffing, mac and cheese, all of it. It's about that. It's about all us enjoying it together. Sitting back, enjoying the Christmas time, and watching some good NFL football. I see you on the holidays. Merry Christmas from all of us.
Merry Christmas. Nothing more needs to be said. We hope you enjoy the holidays with your family. We will not see you until after the holidays. However, we will see you on Sundays. From Brian Colbert Jr., Fred Smoot, Logan Paulson, Santana Moss, this is Command Center. Happy holidays, Commanders family.